Guess what, folks? It's that time of year again. School is just around the corner, and just around the corner, I mean in 3 days. So yeah, I got 3 more days of freedom before I have to go back to school, which is something I'm having mixed feelings about. Why? Because part of me wants to go to school because, you know, like education and friends are kind of important, and the other part of me just wants to sit at home and watch YouTube videos all day. Not even play Bed Wars all day, because playing Bed Wars requires effort. You see, I just want to watch YouTube videos. Making YouTube videos requires a lot of effort. Watching them doesn't. Hi Aqua. Bye Aqua. So as I was saying, you know, I really, you know, want to go back to school, but part of me doesn't. I need to kill this man first, thank you. Because there's a lot of things I'm looking forward to, you know. Having actual friends is going to be nice. I mean, I guess I have friends, but I don't really talk to them too much. And I don't see them, like, in person at all. And also maybe just having a schedule is going to be good for my health. Haven't really had a schedule since school was let out. I guess it's going to be nice. My brother moved out of the house because now he has this amazing thing called college. I guess it's university technically, but who cares? College, university, same thing. Or at least in North America it is. I've heard that in other places of the world, college and university actually mean different things. But here, who cares? I'm just rambling on about nothing at this point. I think I should take out Gray because everybody else in the map is fighting each other. Gray's not fighting anybody. We have this weird schedule. My voice just cracked. We have a weird schedule that, I'm gonna be honest, doesn't really make sense. Because we're going full back, as in we're not doing any some 50-50 stuff. Thank you. We're not doing any some 50-50 schedule weird stuff. It's, you know, we're spending the whole day there, even though, you know, cases are kind of rising where I live. So I don't know if I support that too much. But it's a thing where, and how it works is you have those 4 classes every day until, like, for the next several months until semester 1 ends, and then you go on to semester 2. You know, it seems simple enough. But now we're doing is that for each week, you have week 1 and week 2. So week 1 is you have like only 2 classes per day. So like so each class is twice as long to make up for the lost time. So instead of each class being 90 minutes, each class is 3 hours. And then week 2, you have the other 2 classes for the same schedule. I like, why? Like, why did my school board think that was a good idea? Why not just have, like, it just be regular? What's the point of doing this? We're going full in person. I can sort of understand the fact that maybe they just want to limit the amount of people we're exposed to. But we're alternating weeks. I don't understand. You could... Oh my god, I just got railed. Like, there is an argument that sort of makes sense, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. Like, doing stuff like mandatory vaccinations would be, like, so much more impactful than freaking, having 2 classes in 1 day instead of 4 classes. And let's be honest, like, at this point, yeah, I just want to go back, you know? Like, I make jokes saying that, oh yeah, I just want to sit around and be lazy all day, but truth is, I actually kind of miss school. There's the whole part that, like, actually enjoy school, believe it or not. I'll call me a nerd. I don't think anyone actually does, but I like school. I really like all the weird stuff my government's doing. It doesn't really seem that impactful, really. It just seems like they're just doing stuff because it makes them look good. Well, let's be honest, that's just politics, and I'm not going to get too far into it because that's not really what my channel's about. Where is this blue guy? I don't know where he is. Bruh. Yeti fell into the void. That's just brilliant. And that was a surprisingly easy fight. Alright, good game. I wonder if there's a Bed Wars club at my school. I think that would be pretty cool. Like, if you just had a club just dedicated to Bed Wars. If there isn't, I might seriously think about creating a club. But that'd be a very interesting club idea, wouldn't it? Like, how would a video game club work? Like, how would the meets work? Because, like, you'd have to have them online. You can't really play games on the terrible Chromebooks that school provides you, because, you know, they're just for doing work, right? They're not for playing games. They don't have they have very bad specs, but that makes them cheap and low power usage, so they last a long time. Maybe I'm thinking too much about it. I'm fairly certain a Bed Wars club would be a terrible idea, but it's an idea nonetheless. Pretty sure there's like video game clubs at high schools now, but I'd have to look more into that. And I don't like how Blues just nonchalantly go into these diamonds like he didn't ask permission from me, alright? That's a big no-no. You need to ask me if you were to grab diamonds. What, you thought you could grab diamonds at your own diamond generator? Disgusting. This is what you get. That is your punishment. How dare you? How dare you play the game the way it's meant to be played? Unacceptable. Anyways, I have no idea what I was going to talk about because I just went on like one of my regular tangents, but I'm here now. Like physically, I'm physically here now. I'm not even close to mentally here. I'm not quite sure what happened with green and yellow because I know like one of them disconnected to my knowledge, and then the other one's just gone. So, I don't know, that's just Bed Wars for you. People just disappear, you don't even have to do anything. But for this year, I mean the previous year, not the year I'm going into, I just bought Prot 2 when I wanted to buy it's okay, I have a sharpness stone sword that I stole from the other guy, so it doesn't matter. What I wanted to say is, in the previous year of school, there was this weird thing where I had 2 of my teachers just like disappear. Like not disappear as in like there's a whole criminal investigation. Just like, I'm pretty sure the administration, they probably had a family emergency or something. That's just what's most likely. I don't know what happened, but I just had 2 teachers disappear. All right, so here's the story. First semester, I had a tech teacher, all right? Tech teacher was chill, I guess. He was all right, you know. He was a bit weird. He didn't like wearing his mask, so that was a bit sus for me. But overall, he was all right. But he just really didn't like dealing with students' problems, especially tech problems, which is kind of ironic because he was a tech teacher. Like is basically basic architecture was what he was teaching us. Get down from there. No. One of my friends had an issue installing this program called AutoCAD. You don't really need to know what it is, but it's basically like what architects use to like draw blueprints and stuff. And we needed it for this project we were doing. And one of my friends was having trouble installing it. And the teacher just like didn't care. He was like, oh, if you can't install it, then you're just gonna have to use one of the school computers. That's not very helpful. It didn't really like, you know, his problem was still there. But eventually he got it fixed. Why? Well, because like he just disappeared, and then the long-term substitute teacher who replaced him actually, you know, talked to him, you know, pulled him into a breakout room because this is when we were full online. Pulled him into a breakout room and actually like discussed what was wrong. Bye. Nice reach. So they discovered what was wrong. I don't know the details because I didn't really care to ask. I was just happy he got it fixed and didn't have to spend time at school just to do a regular homework assignment. But the thing is that he was like a chill enough teacher, but the one that replaced him was, you know, much nicer, so that was nice. And to this day, like, it's been like 6 months and I still have no idea what's going on. I have still no idea why the dude just disappeared. We asked the supply teacher who replaced him. She said that she knew, but she wasn't allowed to tell us. So it's nothing like, oh, he got murdered or whatever. Nah, he just probably just had a family emergency. That's my best guess. And the other 3 teachers I had for semester 1 were fine. Nothing too interesting about them. But semester 2, you know, it's always got to be French, right? No one likes French. If you like French, you're lying. Unless you're like actually good at French, in which case you're weird. And by saying that, I just lost every single francophone viewer I have. I didn't really like the French teacher. She just seemed very strict. She got angry at us when we didn't know how to speak French. Like, I understand that we're in high school and we're expected like a base knowledge of French. I'm gonna be honest, my elementary school French education was not very good. My elementary school French teacher didn't even teach me the French alphabet. And that's like, and I told some of my friends and they're like, yeah, same. And I'm like, what? It's literally like, why were we not taught this? It's you would think would be like the first thing they teach, but no, the first thing they taught me was like how to greet other people, how to say bonjour and like ask them how they are. I'm not gonna say any more French words than that because I'm just gonna offend like every French speaker in the world with my horrible pronunciation. I didn't really like her, but she was manageable. You know, she wasn't the worst. Definitely far from the best. Hi, White. Bet you didn't expect me. But one day, she just disappeared. Like, there was a substitute teacher. I'm like, alright. You know, just a normal substitute teacher. And then a substitute teacher was there for the next day. And I'm like, okay. Well, that's a little weird. And then the substitute teacher was there for the next day. And then the next day. And then like, she had this slideshow that listed, like, her plans for those days. But the slideshow was like 10 slides long, so like 10 days, which is like 2 weeks. And I'm like, all right, after 2 weeks, the teacher's gonna be back. And 2 weeks happened, and then she wasn't back, and then we just had her for the rest of the year. Which I'm not complaining, because she was much nicer than my original French teacher. I wonder, can I get you off with that? Yes, I can. All right, good game. Thinking back, that like whole story thing, Gerard thing, was just like horrible to understand. So I apologize if any of you guys actually try to follow along. I'm not very good at telling stories while playing video games. I'm only good at one or the other. I can't do both at the same time. But that's gonna do it for today's video. I'm gonna see you guys in 3 months because I'm gonna be piled on with homework, because you know that school just loves giving you homework that you don't really want to do. That's just school, I guess. So thank you all for watching, and if you want to see more, you can click one of these videos, or you can click subscribe, because just do it. Do it because I said so. I'm warning you. You don't want to see what happens to people who don't subscribe. It's not pleasant. You really don't want to know. Later, nerds.